This week in Nigeria, Nedu came out to say he does not regret bringing Deeone to the Honest Bunch podcast. Also, there is latest updates on Pope Francis' health. And lastly, we have this saga that happened in National Assembly between the number three man of the country, Senator Godswill Akpabio, and Senator Natasha of Kogi State. Hello and welcome to the Eccentric Side. My name is Uche Odogana. Welcome you to this week's episode of the Eccentric Side. And for today, we will be looking at some of the top happenings around Nigeria this week, starting from following up on last week's video, which was Nedu and Honest Bunch podcast. On the other hand, we had the Very Dark Man, and we also had Deeone, making two quote unquote friends to fight. So in the latest updates, Nedu Wazobia came out in the press conference on Thursday to say that he does not regret bringing Deeone on the show, and the show has helped a lot of Nigerians, both upcoming and past celebrities that are trying to come back into the scene. And I think I agree with him because when you look at what exactly are the topics they have been treating, what they've been bringing on, you'll find out that sometimes when they bring some certain famous people in the country, you realize that you don't even really know these people actually did some of the things that they are stating. For example, they brought, I think, was it D1 or Keke on the show? Not this D1, the other D1, the Keke and D1. So I think, okay, those was just Keke they brought. So when they brought Keke to the show and it was mentioned some of the things he did, I did not know he did some of those things. So this podcast, in a particular way, helps us to understand some of our Nigerian legends a little bit better. And I think there is a point in it. I'm not saying whether or not he, you know, got some favors in return is right or not. What I'm just saying is that on the larger scale of things, Honest Bunch was has been a plus to the Nigerian scene. Now, I was watching to see whether or not they were going to release an episode this week, and I realized that there was no episode that was released. Maybe, I don't know if they bulk record their podcast episodes and did not release it because of everything that was going on, or maybe the one recorded episode, since they do is on it, they were reluctant to release it. Whatever the case may be, there was no podcast episode this week. I hope they come back soon because I, for one, is one of the um, fans of the show. So I hope very soon the next bunch comes back, and I'd love to see how it goes going forward without Nedu in the picture. And I saw a video this week about one of their past guests. I think it was the one of the Mr. Nigeria. I've forgotten the exact award he won, but he came out to say that when he wanted to come to the podcast, it was they did A, B, and C, saying that Nigerians were dumb, saying that he had to pay money and he paid Nedu 5 million naira to come to the podcast. Is this true? Is this false? I wonder why he had to wait before what happened between Very Dark Man and Nedu leaving the podcast before it could come out. Why did you not say it since? Brings a lot of issues as regards the authenticity of his claims, or whether or not he's just trying to say it because they use the hot topic, and maybe when he says it and say it more times, we will begin to pay attention to him, because honestly, I don't know you, bro. So moving on quickly, we also caught on the news that Senator Natasha and Godswill Akpabio had yet another misunderstanding on the floor of the House of the National Assembly. And what happened was, I think, a sitting arrangement. Yes, some people might be like, why exactly is a sitting arrangement causing a fight between two senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? And it will be notable to say that this is not the first time the both of them are having issues. They had one last year, or was it 2023? And now they're having a second issue. And the gist is her seat was moved, and then her argument was where they were moving her to go and sit. They're trying to silence her, and she won't be able to freely express her mind from the sitting arrangement they were giving to her. Now, should sitting arrangement be the issue? If you look at their history, maybe it is right to assume that there is actually a point in what she's trying to say, saying that because of their history, maybe Godswill Akpabio is trying to silence her. And the spokesperson of the National Assembly came out on TV to criticize her harshly, if I might add, that the National Assembly is not a place for theatrics and content creation and it's meant for serious work. And I was like, are we talking about the same Nigerian National Assembly? I mean, the National Assembly where people are carrying chairs to fight, the National Assembly that produce, comedy characters like Senator, what's his name, that man from Kogi State too. Um, you know who I'm talking about? That senator from Kogi State. How exactly? We think that is the same senate, and even the Godswill Akpabio himself, and what he said about when Nigerians were suffering. I said let them be talking outside while we'll be eating inside. That's the same senate that is for serious work. Please, Nigerian senate has always been, filled with comedy and focusing on the wrong things. So coming out to say that it's strictly for business. I guess you're talking about two different senates here. So this particular trend happened on people out everywhere have been for and against Senator Natasha. Some saying, well, why exactly she's talking? Some saying he's trying to silence her, and some even going the gender route, because if you look at the National Assembly, not enough women are constituting the National Assembly. What is the issue? Is it the problem of not enough women coming out to run? Is it a problem of Nigeria not being ready to have more women in politics? Is it a problem of, well, maybe some deep-seated issue with gender equalities in Nigeria? We'd love to see what's going happen going forward. I would like to hear your opinion on this matter in the comment section below. In fact, remind me, who is that Nigerian senator? You know who I'm talking about, the Kogi guy. Lime, no, not Lime Mohammed. The Kogi guy, remind me in the comment section. I don't know why his name is leaving my head at the moment. But let's move on quickly to the next topic, Pope Francis. So, in this week, Pope Francis' health has been one of the front burner conversations. Looking at the fact that he played a vital role in world politics, in world religion, and is, dare I say, the most popular figure in the world from the religious point of view. So this week, starting from I think the 14th of February, which was last week Friday, the Pope was rushed to the hospital. At first, he had a cold, then he had bronchitis, and then it ended up as pneumonia. And then a lot of speculations have come out as regards his age versus his health. Will he ever make a full recovery? Or will it be time to start considering a new pope for the Catholic Church? We are yet to see how that goes. This week there was the speculations that rehearsals have started going on in Rome as regards preparation for the Pope's burial. But then the friends and of close friends of the Pope came out this week to say no, the Pope is actually recovering, and then very soon he shall return to full health. His doctor even went out to say that the Pope has, the brain of a 50 years old man. The Pope, by the way, is 88.